Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from Toby. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos or topics, reviews, re-reviews, commentaries, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the film Awakenings from 1990. Now, Sally, it's weird. Number one, it feels as if October's been sort of a mini Robin Williams marathon because, like, different people have requested different Robin Williams movies. But I actually find that kind of nice because a lot of these films I have not watched since his death. So it's kind of nice to revisit a lot of this stuff because so far I watched Patch Adams, Insomnia, one request later is Flubber, and then this film Awakenings. So it's kind of nice. And also, like, when I review Patch Adams, it kind of sadly fits with this movie where I forgot about this movie, and I wish I should have said, you know what, if I want to watch Patch Adams, I'll watch this movie. Awakenings. Like, this is the real Patch Adams for Robin Williams. Because he's playing a doctor. The story's about how we should treat people better and be closer with our patients and treat them with more respect. But it's done in such more of a subtle, more emotionally realistic, non-manipulative way. And Robin Williams' character, he's not stealing supplies from hospitals, he's not being over the top, he's being much more of a subtle guy that you could tell he truly does care for these people, and it's very good performance for Robin Williams, as well as Robert De Niro. And the cast in this, you also have Julie Kavner, yes, the voice of Marge in The Simpsons, she's in this. John Hurd, the dad from Home Alone, he was in the movie Chud, he's in this. Max von Sydow, let's see. Apparently, if you look closely, Vin Diesel's in this with hair as an orderly. I saw a still picture online, but I can't remember where he is in the movie because it go by so quick. But yeah, apparently, if you blink, you'll miss Vin Diesel's cameo in it. Again, you type Awakenings Vin Diesel, you'll see the picture of it. And it's slightly based on, true story where in 1969, Robin Williams is this doctor who's very shy. He doesn't really know how to work with people because he hasn't worked with people. He's worked with earthworms. Like, he even says, like, I don't know how to work with people, and so he's not good with it. So he's trying to work with them, and he's not on purpose, but he's screwing up. Like, he clicks a pin and a person freaks out, or he's trying to talk to them, but they're catatonic, so there's not much they could say in replies. And he starts noticing some things about him, where, for example, he'll throw something and they'll catch it by instinct. But is it instinct or there's something else going on? And each one's different. Some are, they react to music and certain music. To some, they'll react to certain bits of a TV. They'll react to if you call their name. So he notices something's up. Of course, John Hurd is the guy, the authority, that he doesn't believe in it. Although he's not in it too much, John Hurd. So I don't know if he had more scenes that they were cut out or they just wanted to have him sporadically in it. And one thing I should mention, this is directed by Penny Marshall. And it's sad as I say this, so many of these people have passed away. Penny Marshall, who directed Tom Hanks' film Big. She directed the Whoopi Goldberg film Jumpin' Jack Flash. She directed A League of Their Own. She acted in some films. I think she was Michael J. Fox's agent in The Hard Way. I believe that was Penny Marshall. But she directed these. Love Jumpin' Jack Flash. Big, I don't mind the film. League of Their Own, I haven't seen it forever. But I remember not minding it. But yeah, like Penny Marshall's passed away. Ron Williams has passed away. John Hurt has passed away. Max von Sydow has passed away. Of course, a lot of these older folks, they've passed away. I think one of the patients, I could be wrong, but I swear one of the patients is the girl and is the lady in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, who's Finkel's mom. The one with the football cookies and says, "Dan Marino should rot in hell. Would you like a cookie, son?" I swear one of them is her. I could be wrong, but I swear one of the patients is her. If not, it seemed a lot like her. But anyway. But this is a film that it's a slow build, but it's getting us to know Ron Williams and how he figures these things out. And I like his kind of soft, warm relationship with Julie Kavner, where she asks him for coffee and he says no. He's so shy. She's like, "Oh, it's okay," and she goes along helping. And plus, it was cool to see Julie Kavner play a role like this because I always think of her as the voice of Marge. So it's nice to see her in the flesh, live action. Not doing that Marge voice and just being this nice orderly helping Ron Williams out. It was a nice change of pace to. I mean, this is probably really early in the days of The Simpsons, so it was nice to see her there. So one day Robin goes to this seminar for L-DOPA. And there's another guy I recognize. The guy doing the seminar is Peter Stormare. Yes, the devil in Constantine, the Keanu Reeves film. He was also, I believe, in Armageddon. He was in Bad Boys 2. If you know Peter Stormare, you've seen him in a lot of stuff. 8mm as the villain. You've definitely seen Peter Stormare if you've seen enough of these movies. So he hears about how it works with Alzheimer's patients, but then he's like, well, what if it works with these catatonic patients? We should maybe try this out. John Hurt's like, I don't know, no, can't do it. Ultimately, it does happen. They give it to Robert De Niro and give him a bigger dosage, and he's awakened. He's not catatonic anymore. And Robert De Niro has to have a hard job where he's got to play this guy who... Okay, if you've seen the film Drop of Thunder, you know what I mean. Where you have Robert Downey Jr. give that speech about how one person won but the other didn't win. Tom Hanks' Forrest Gump compared to Sean Penn's I Am Sam. When you're playing someone that is not the same thing, but how much do you do it to not feel like it's an Oscar bait type of performance? But instead you're just trying to give this sincere bit of, no, this is a guy just get out of catatonia and he's realizing what year it is, what decade it is, all that he's missed. I'm not asleep anymore. And he's being nice and gracious, and then Robin showing the world, showing them music of the time and ice cream cones, and then De Niro's like, come on, come into the water, and Robin doesn't want to. And then ultimately, because of this little friendship, Robin himself, in a way, gets awakened, so he's not going to be shy anymore. He's going to be a little bit more gun-ho. And pretty much the gist of the story is, don't take life for granted. Do not take life for granted, because you don't know how long you got. And that's where you even get a little bit of anger from Robert De Niro of, you take these things for granted, and he doesn't want to stay here. I'm not a prisoner. But understandably, they don't want to let him out because they don't know what the side effects of this drug is. But then De Niro's like, no, we're not prisoners. Because by this point, they've given the drug to more patients, and they've been more awakened. And there's a little bit of humor here and there. Not a ton, but a little bit. Like, there's a bit where Ron Williams, he's running. He's like, where's my glasses? And I think Julie Kavner goes, around your neck. Oh, okay. As he's running, he puts it back on. Like, that's a funny bit, but it's not the Robin trying to give a wisecrack joke every 5 minutes. It's much more of a subdued, quiet Robin performance. And it showed that Robin Williams was talented immensely. And he could do a variety of things. Now, I will say I kind of wish we saw even more of the Robert De Niro friendship. Maybe a little bit more of them having some heart to heart conversations. They try to have this theme with De Niro falling for this Penelope Ann Miller character, uh, who is the daughter of a patient. I did in a way because he's so much older, and this is like the first time he's ever gotten to fall in love, and Sally will probably be the last time, so it gives him a little bit of that enjoyment. Not that it really went anywhere, but it's just at least a little bit. So I get why they did it. And also to further show how we should care for one another so other people have been affected by this whole situation. So I get what they were going for, but at the same time, part of me wanted more of that screen time to be with De Niro and Williams. But they still have some nice moments with each other. Quite a few, actually. I guess I'm just being more greedy. The other patients, you don't get to know a whole lot about. You just get little spurts here and there. I do like that, not all of them are hunky-dory about it. One guy is mad, and, oh, why are you mad? My parents are dead. Don't know where my kid's at. Decades are gone. I feel old and I feel swindled. So I like that there's someone having that reaction, because that would be an understandable reaction to have because of it. But as soon as that happens, like, we don't really see much of that guy again. I get it, there's only so much time you could put into a movie. Although nowadays this movie would probably be like a... You know what they probably do? They probably do 8-episode event or a 9-episode event on Netflix or something. I don't think it needs to be stretched out that much, but if this was even a little bit longer, I actually would not have minded. It's 2 hours. And maybe to say they took a little bit too long to build up into the awakening itself. Thus, there wasn't as much time in the middle as they could have for some of these other pages to get a little bit more development or screen time. But it is what it is. So I would like to have seen a little bit more of some of these patients and what's going on with them. Maybe a little bit more of them taking these patients out. Like, I think they take them to a museum or something, because Robin doesn't really know what to do, and also they take them to a club. I was surprised they didn't take them to like a sports event. That's usually how it happens in some these type of movies. Some type of big sports event, or to a movie. Like, this is how movies are nowadays and such. Well, I think it would have fit if they took them into, I don't know, 2001: A Space Odyssey or something like that. If that was that had a re-release in theaters, or, hey, well, let's get this film, let's show it to them and see if we can do it. Or, I don't know. Because then that was, what, 1968 maybe? Or, I don't know. Or, like, 1969, whatever, the big events that happened this year, that maybe they watch it and they comment about how things are today compared to they are back then. That's another thing I'm surprised by. There was a lot more comments about how it was before they went under, so to speak, and how things are today, and if things are so much better or things are so much worse. And like I said, there's not much commentary on that. So there's probably some aspects I kind of wish they delved a bit more into. But I will say what they did a good job with is the two lead characters, like the two actors. And it is a tragic story in a way. I know it's trying to be uplifting, but it's kind of tragic as well. To spoilers, of course, Sally, this awakening does not last forever. And since De Niro took the L-DOPA first, he's the first to experience the shaking. And he doesn't believe it at first, and Robin's trying to help him, but De Niro's pissed. And just the more that he shakes, he even wants Robin to film him so that, hey, this will help in your research. And you understand De Niro's mindset. You understand that, wow, I'm awake and I'm free. That he wants to talk with this girl. He's never really got to talk to a girl before. And then it's just a very sad, tragic bit of business where the scene where he literally has to tell Penelope Ann Miller, like, he's shaking. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't be with you anymore. And you can see why. And he's trying to shake her hand. And this shows Penelope Ann Miller's, who I remember her from The Relic, among other movies, her development, where she holds it, and he doesn't want to at first, but she gets him to dance with her. One final bit of business. Like, that was sweet of her. And for him to be like, I know this can't work out, I'm sorry. And even like with Robin, he's literally looking at him going, I let everybody down. I let you down. And Robin's like, no, you didn't. It's like, it's sad nature of some actually rather sweet characters. The reality of it, of number one, these people who are in catatonia, they were able to more than 15 minutes, but pretty much 15 minutes of freedom, 15 minutes of to live life again, which then showcases other people don't take it for granted. And even nowadays, like, you look at some people, look at the final years of Richard Pryor and what he went through with the MS. Look at what Michael J. Fox goes through all the time with the shaking. And what was it, some kind of panel for Back to the Future he's doing it, in the middle he's kind of shaking, he can't control it, and people have to help him or whatever, and it's just Parkinson's, which there will never be a cure for that. I'm just going to put it out there. Call me cynical, call me saying it out loud, because I want some random guy in whatever teen shit hospital to prove that asshole with the cap wrong. Be my guest. To spell my name right when you say asshole. This guy, asshole, named Matt, I proved his ass wrong. Good, please do. But I thought, for the most part, its message was effective and clear. And even Robin, he, after everything, he asked Julie Kavner for a cup of coffee, and he's willing to take a chance. And I didn't even think about this till now. Even with what happened to Robin Williams. People know that he ended his life. What people might not know is that he ended his life because there's some things going on with his brain that either he knew he was going to have any recognition of his own demeanor, his own self, his own control. Or even by that point, maybe he didn't have 100% control of his faculties. And that's a hard mark to bear. And, just like this movie, you don't know what you got, and don't know how long you got it, and this movie had a nice mark to it, and in my opinion, so much better than Patch Adams. And it was nominated for an Oscar. It made a good chunk of money, got some good critical reviews. I think De Niro was nominated for an Oscar. And it shows, Robin Williams. I mean, look at this guy. Acted with Robert De Niro in this film. Acted with Al Pacino in Insomnia. And held his own. Considered two of the greatest actors in movie history. And Robin held his own with each guy. He wasn't blown off the stage. He held his own. And that's what kind of a talent he was. So that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.